PCC Library Tutorial, Nursing Research, Finding Peer-Reviewed Journal Articles, and more. Hi, this is Lisa, your Health Professions Librarian. Today, I'm going to talk you through the easiest way to do research for your projects, and especially how to find peer-review articles in nursing journals. We're going to be using the PCC Library's Nursing Research Guide. This guide consolidates credible sources, so it's much more targeted than using the web, and you'll find it at libguides.pima.edu/nursing. So here we are on the homepage of our Nursing Research Guide. It's simply a website, anybody can use it. The URL is libguides.pima.edu/nursing. So the way the Library Nursing Research Guide works is there are tabs across the top that help you explore different aspects of doing research. I'm not going to start with peer-reviewed scholarly articles because I actually think it's really important to get to know your topic first. I'll explain why. Let's say you're doing a paper or project on infection control. Here's an example of a peer-reviewed scholarly journal article that you may come across when you're doing your research. You'll see it's very specific. The title is Prevention and Management of Catheter-Associated Urinary Tract Infection in Intensive Care Unit. What this is it's a research study about a specific aspect of infection control in a hospital. And while you'll need to use research studies and want to use research studies in your project or paper as examples of what's currently going on in the research or examples of best practice, this isn't an ideal place to start. You'll want to get a more general overview of what infection control is and what it involves. Before you dive into research studies, I would argue it's better to start with a general source, such as this page from the Centers for Disease Control that talks about how infections spread, what infection control basics are. Let's go back to the library's Nursing Research Guide. So if I click on the Get to Know Your Topic tab, underneath the Get to Know Your Topic tab are links to credible websites and professional nursing journals, which will help you explore and get a general overview of your topic. I'm going to move on and go to peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles. This page has a list of our subscription databases where you can get full text of scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Our biggest and best one is CINAHL, but ProQuest Health and Medicine is also very good, and they have different content, so it's worth trying both. Let me go to CINAHL and show you how to use that one. If it asks you to log in, you'll use your MyPima username and password. Now there's a basic search box here, but to be honest with you, your life will be easier if you use advanced search. So go into CINAHL, go into advanced search. The advanced search allows you to set up a search so that everything you get in your results will fulfill your criteria. So I'm going to search on infection control in advanced search. But then I'm going to start to refine my search. One way I can do that, let's say you were told that you need to get an article from a nursing journal. I can go to publication name, so I can pick publication name from the drop-down menu and put nursing. And that'll ensure that every journal that it's searching has nursing in the title. Some more ways to narrow your search. Let's scroll down. You're definitely going to need full text. Most of our databases do give you only full text. CINAHL is one of the few where sometimes you'll just get abstracts or just get descriptions of articles. So make sure you tick full text. More ways to refine. You can limit the publication date. So some students are told they can't have anything that's any more than 5 years old. So let's just make sure our dates fall within the last 5 years. We want it peer reviewed. And if you're told that you need evidence-based practice journals, you can click on that. Okay, I'm ready to run my search. So you'll see that the very first article that comes up is not in English, but you can do something about that. Let's scroll down a little bit. And over on the left-hand side, there are some more limiters. And if you just want United States journals, just click Geography and just choose USA. And here we go. These are the articles that fulfill all of our criteria. The way you're going to use these research studies is they're going to inform your paper so you can give specific examples. So if you're writing about infection control, you may want to talk briefly about the costs of infection control. Let's keep going. Now, if you see something that you think can be useful, you can open it up by clicking on the title. Oftentimes the article is down below, but in this case, it's just an abstract, which is a short description of the article. And the article is actually sitting over here off onto the left, and that's in the PDF. You'd open that up to see the article. Some tools over here on the right. If you want to email the article to yourself, you can email. And when you send yourself the email, the citation for that article will be in there, but you can also click the cite button to get the citation. That's a really quick overview of how to use the databases to find peer-reviewed scholarly journal articles. Essentially, do your search on your topic and then use the limiters to narrow the search to give you what you need. And also, as I said, I recommend you first look for some general information. So you may think, well, I don't want to do all of this. I think I'll just go Google it. The problem with using Google is often you'll find that you actually can't get the text of the article because publishers of scholarly journals charge money. That's why these subscriptions are handy, because your tuition and Pima has paid for you to access these articles. But if you feel like you want to give the web a try, there's a tab here that says articles using the web. If you're going to Google, you can use the Google Scholar search right here that's embedded in this page, and that will only find information about scholarly journals. But again, just a warning, oftentimes there will not be a full text of the journal article. But I do want to point out this section here, PubMed. PubMed is a free database from the National Library of Medicine. As with Google, you may not get full text for a lot of articles, but there is a surprising amount of full text in there, and it is easy to search. So if you're going to use the web, I would recommend trying PubMed. And if you find the perfect article, but you're not getting the full text, hey, maybe you can go back into your database, just copy and paste the article title from PubMed, go into CINAHL and ProQuest, and maybe we do have access to the full text of it in one of those two databases. If you have any questions or you need any help, please by all means contact me. My contact details are on the front page of the research guide. And also on the library website, we have a free chat service and an Ask a Librarian service. There's links to that right here on the research guide as well. Take care and good luck with your project.